Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, presented today by Fleet Farm. Hunting season in Wisconsin starts Saturday. All your hunting needs are solved at your local Fleet Farm. Here with Marquette Academy football head coach Ken Carlson. Ottawa, Illinois is where Ken joins us from today. Coach, before we begin, just tell our audience how many years you've been coaching football and what keeps you coming back every year.
It's my 24th year of coaching. It's my first year as a head coach in my 11th year at Marquette. What keeps me coming back, I love ball, and I love the kids that we work with at Marquette. And they're great kids, and the families are great, and it's just a lot of support, and that's really what keeps me coming back is love of the game and the kids, for sure.
Enrollment of about 340, give or take, on a particular year. Tell me about the tradition of football there at Marquette.
Yeah, sorry, there's announcements over. For the last 15 years, Coach Yups, who just retired, pretty much resurrected the program. It was about ready to die around 2010, 2011, and he ended up taking over and built it into, I know we haven't had the same success as Edgar, but we've been to a couple of semifinals in the last 10 years and been in the playoffs for the last 12. So, and then going back to the 80s, I think they finished second in the state way back in the 80s, but they've had fallen on some hard times there around 2010. And since then, we've been, I think, last 12 years, we've been in the playoffs consecutively. So there's, like I mentioned, there's a ton of support for in the Marquette community, and the families are great, and it's what keeps it rolling.
Just at a higher level, tell me about your football philosophy. When you go to bed at night and you lay your head down, are you thinking offense or defense while you're counting sheep?
Well, I was a defensive coordinator probably for the last 10 years or so. And once I took over as head coach, I figured if I'm going to call the shot, if I'm going to, everything falls on me, so I'm going to call the shot. So it was defense for years, but now it's definitely offense. Plus, we were a wing T team for the last 15 years or so, and we've kind of gone more spread principles. I mean, we're still running buck and belly and trap and all that kind of stuff you see in the wing T, but we're doing some different things with it. So I'm definitely thinking offense when I go to bed at night.
Talking to Marquette Academy football coach Ken Carlson. Let's begin to talk about this year's team here just a little bit. You come in to Friday night's game, a record of 1-1. You've been part of two high-scoring games so far this year. One not in your favor, the other one is. So just tell us about that and what you've learned about your team through the first two games of the season.
Yeah, the first week we played Aurora Christian, who's perennially a good program, a really good program in the state of Illinois. We got down 14-0 in the first quarter and came back, and we're up 22-14 and made some mistakes right before half. And instead of going in the half up a score, we were down a score. So and we kind of got down a little bit, but I think we learned from that what we need to do to be successful and to win football games. We made some mistakes there. I think we've learned from it. Hopefully we're learned from it, and we applied that last week, and we got out early and played fast and played well and cleaned up some of those mistakes. So hopefully we continue to improve, and Edgar's a heck of a program and really well coached and team and executes well. So we're gonna have to be on top of our game to play well tomorrow night.
You mentioned your coaching history, of course, on the other side, 51 years as a head coach. So whenever you and I know about football, he's forgot about football since months.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Let's tell us about the game and how it came to be. We're playing at a neutral site, kind of, I don't know about the math. I didn't add up the miles, but about halfway between Edgar, Wisconsin and Ottawa, Illinois, in DeForest. How did the game come to be? Why are we playing, Edgar?
Well, it's getting harder and harder to find teams to play in Illinois that, and we actually had a team in Ohio that wanted to pay for us to come out there and play, but we didn't want to do that. And Todd Hopkins, our AD, was able to locate this game. You guys, or not you guys, but Edgar happened to have a week open, so I think that was back during the winter, maybe, that this game was scheduled. And I had never heard of Edgar, Wisconsin football until we started looking into it. I'm like, geez, these guys have had a lot of success and a lot of tradition and 51 years of coaching at the same place, right? All at the same place. That's it was definitely opened our eyes, and I'm surprised we hadn't heard of them before. But yeah, it's kids are excited about it, and they're excited to play one of the best programs in the state of Wisconsin, and they're excited about putting it all out there and seeing what we can do with one of the best teams in the state. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned about filling holes on the schedule, and I think across the country that's something that teams will need to be creative about. It looks like in Edgar's conference they had a team defect to 8-player football, and so that opening came on the schedule, and that is something that we'll be contended with for years to come, no doubt about that.
Right.
All right, let's talk about Friday's game a little bit, and I want to talk about the offense and defensive line, if that's all right with you. And
yeah,
on the offensive side, we got Austin, Matt, Santiago, Alex, and Caden. For any football team, if the offensive line does their job, it makes things kind of flow a little bit better. So tell us about that group of 5 that you have on the field on Friday night.
Yeah, Matt, our center, is a center. He's been a tight end for his first 3 years in high school, and we moved him to center this year. He's doing a great job. Our guards are a little on the smaller side, but we're quick, and they're able to use their leverage, and they pull really well on power and trap and so forth. And then Alex, our left tackle, he was our center last year, moved him out there. So we got some guys playing in new positions, and they're starting to gel together and communicating really well. And we're really pleased with the progress they're making.
And then on the defensive line, Bladen, Marcus, Austin, and Caden, those guys make room for linebackers like me to fill holes and make tackles. Yep. What's your expectation of your defensive line on Friday night?
Well, to really be solid in their gaps and try not to get moved. Edgar's offensive line does a really good job, and you can tell they're really well coached with the way they play. So we have to be gap sound and do our job, and not be running upfield or doing those things that we don't coach. We have to do the way we're coached to do it, and get after it.
Edgar's team somewhat filled with track stars. These are some fast guys that play football also, or maybe football guys that are fast that also run track. I don't know which comes first over there, probably the football side. But tell us about your team speed and how you rank against a team that's fast to the edges.
Yeah, we like to consider ourselves a pretty fast team too. We emphasize speed in the summer and during the season, all year round, really. We're always working speed and timing things and doing that. So we take pride in getting after it speed-wise. I think this is probably, since I've been in Marquette, probably 10, 11 years now, it's probably the fastest team that we've had. And we try to utilize that speed offensively and defensively. And I think we match up well speed-wise with many of the teams that we play.
All right. And then seniors on the team. There's sometimes coaches on the field, depending on how you value those guys. So what is your expectation of your seniors on game night?
Yeah, we have 7. We have 7 seniors on the team, and they've been great since I took over in early January. And they're just kind of extensions of me. I don't have to say much to them. I don't give a speech on game night. I give my speech on Thursday night, and the seniors are the guys that do the speech pregame, and they just carry that leadership into the game. And if they see somebody that needs to be picked up and talked to, they're going to do it. And get guys going, but they do a good job. I'm really impressed and pleased with what they're doing this year.
And then lastly, Coach, let's talk about fan support. Now, this one's a little unique. I do end this segment with fan support, but, we've got a couple hours of a drive. The fans that will be in attendance, and hopefully all your regular fans can make it. But just tell us about the support that your football team has received and maybe what you might find in DeForest on Friday night.
Yeah, there's always a group, we call them the OGs, I don't want to call them elderly, but the true Marquette faithful. They go to everything, and I wouldn't doubt to see their faces in the stands in DeForest on Friday. And then we always have, it's not a huge crowd. We got 150, 160 kids in the high school, but I know those that are going to be there will be charged up and ready to go and supporting the crew. So then I'm going to share your YouTube link, and hopefully there's a bunch of people in Ottawa and LaSalle County that can watch the game too. So.
Yeah, that sounds good, Coach. Thanks for clarifying that too. 340 in the school system, right? 160 in the high school. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Because people ask those kind of questions.
Yeah.
About a team that's in a different state. So we appreciate that. Marquette football coach Ken Carlson. Best of luck on Friday night.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.